Mark Steyn, it's great to have you, but I'm afraid I can't be talking to you because the president said this at the UN this week.
The future must not belong to those who slander the Prophet of Islam.
So I was thinking to myself, that's got Steyn written all over it.
It has. He also said, I believe, that the future belongs to those who empower women and the future belongs to those who invest in education. It doesn't quite add up to me, all this. It sounds like as if he's saying the future belongs to gay feminist Muslims. I wouldn't like to take a bet on it, but I would bet that he's wrong on that. The fact is, the President of the United States has no business saying that. If you happen to be a believer in Islam, Muhammad is your prophet. If you're not, he's just a bloke who died in the 7th century, and it should be permissible to say as much.
And Mark Steyn, the definition of slander in at least the radical Islamist world is fairly broad. I think it includes saying, no, he's not my prophet.
Yes. I mean, it's interesting, this, by the way. The concept of the United States, and believe me, I know, because I have a threatened legal suit against me from Dr. Michael Mann, the hockey stick fellow, and I've been through this a number of times in Canada and the United Kingdom and elsewhere. The difference, the law on slander and libel in the United States is very different from those in other English-speaking countries and the rest of the world. And you're basically free to say what you like about public figures. And Muhammad would seem to me to meet the definition of a public figure, notwithstanding the fact that he's also been dead for getting on for a millennium and a half. And generally speaking, you can say what you like about people who've been dead for a millennium and a half.
Well, I was thinking of our late friend and colleague in punditry, Christopher Hitchens. Were he alive and had he heard the president's speech, he would have had a cow. I have not yet heard Richard Dawkins step out on this, but I expect he will shortly. It really is quite anti-American to make that statement. And I am amazed that it has gone largely unremarked upon.
No, and it is extraordinary to me. Imagine if he had said this. Imagine if he had stood up there and said, "The future will not belong to those who slander the Lord Jesus Christ."
Yep.
Imagine the uproar there would have been on from the party that just a couple of weeks ago was actually booing God. You know, God got booed off stage at the Democratic National Convention. God got given the hook at the Democrat Vaudeville show. But Allah, apparently, it's a whole different game.